Ni hao. Wo de mingzhe shi mature simmer. Shay for joining me. So, how are you? We're here, Season 2, Pilot's Life. So, if you're unfamiliar with Chinese, what I said at the beginning was, hello, my name is Mature Simmer. Thank you for joining me. So, trying to learn Chinese to be able to talk with my new coworkers here, as I've taken a contract with Xiamen Air over here in China. So just got over here, getting ready for my first leg. Going to make each contract a season in this series. That will mean basically about 10 episodes per season because we have 10 flights. So if you were not with me at the end of the first season when we finished our tenure with Canadian North, I was applying for jobs, waiting to see what I'd get accepted to because I didn't like the offers that I had just gotten, and ended up taking this offer here with Xiamen Air, which is a relatively large airline over in China. I think lots of things are relatively large just because of the amount of people. And while obviously we'll be doing most of the flights in mainland China, you can see here our first flight is going from Fuzhou to Jeju, South Korea. So there are some that will take us out of the country. In addition, my longest flight was about this long, 578 nautical miles in Canadian North when I worked for them, but you can see most of my flights are about this length or longer. We do have one short leg out to Shanghai and back, but that is it. Other than that, we will be having longer flights in this contract at this point. So the other thing you'll notice here is I do have a toolbar at the top. I'm going to try to use this. This is from Volanta, if you're unfamiliar with it. So I did not realize that they offered a toolbar. I tried to use this in one of my VFR around the world tour sets, but because we're hopping around to different areas there, that didn't make a lot of sense. But because this is commercial airline flight, the basic information of speed, vertical speed, heading, the altimeter, departure, arrival, what our call sign is, network's obviously less important, but what phase we're at in our ETA, those are the key things I think you're going to want to know here. And so my hope is that this will work. So we're going to pull our flight plan in here. You can see where we're at. For whatever reason, a pilot's life is suddenly not displaying the map, which is intriguing because it was before I started recording and so forth, but it is what it is. We don't really look at it much during the flight, but we now have this in here. All right, we're also going to try to use everything we can in this series. So at this point, we've got say intentions running. It should put some things in. So again, this is the livery I was able to find. So we have Xiamen Air, and it's a Sky Team, so I don't know if this is kind of like a luxury livery for them or not, but it is available. It's what we will be using. It's the one I found. There was one theoretically listed for 2024, but it will not load. So I'm also using self-loading cargo, which I haven't done in a while. And obviously we're then using Flight Sim First Officer as well.
Good afternoon, Captain.
All right, so we are getting ready to go here. So the first officer will do his thing. We're trying to depart in about 22 minutes is what we have in self-loading cargo. We're going to go ahead and set our parking brake. And we'll go from there. So just trying to get a few
Are we
things
ready to program
moving.
the route?
we are in fact ready to program the route. So he should start doing his thing. I always want to make sure that everything looks okay. So we're heading in there. I assume he's going to make a check. It looks like we've got some things. Things are coming through. So I'm hopeful that all will work. Whoops. Oh, I apologize.
Ground 2 cockpit.
Hi, Captain. How are you?
Hi there, I'm okay today, thanks.
Great. I'll be back in a moment once I've spoken to the security staff and found out when boarding is expected to begin.
Thanks.
No problem.
Would you mind
ahead.
checking the SIDS and stars?
Okay, we're talking to ground.
Hi,
Also,
Captain. Microphone check, please.
Loud and clear.
Okay, Captain. Radio check is complete. We'll contact you when we're ready to start loading.
Roger.
I'm heading out for the aircraft checks.
Ground 2 cockpit.
all right, let's
Go
see.
ahead.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Roger. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Okay. I've spoken to security and I'm told they'll be ready to send the passengers down to us in a few minutes.
Okay. Feel free to start boarding whenever they're ready to come on board. Let us know once you've started.
No problem.
All right. So they've got the jetway loaded. We didn't get to see that too much, but we need to check the SIDS and stars. So we're going to go ahead here. Got an interesting approach into the South Korean airport, so there is for sure that. Let's see. If I look at departure, we're leaving here. We're following the RUP. Well, we're going out on 03. Let's start with that. And then we're going RUP 91. And I think it's 91D. So, yep. So we want that. So we're going to activate that. So that gives us some stuff there. And then on the stars, that gives us the SID. We're planning on coming in on 25. So it's going to be ILS Z. Usually with larger airlines, it's going to be higher. We are going to use the do-call transition. And we're coming in the SOSTI 2 mic departure with no specific transition. So we're doing that. Now if we go here, just look for any discontinuities. Make sure everything looks solid. It does, in fact. So we should be good there. He's working on the walk around outside the plane. Just making sure everything else looks okay. We're going to want to go ahead and figure out what we need for radio. So comms is, let's see, ground control at Fuzhou. Looks like I can talk to them at 124.35. So almost there, but not quite. Whoops. 124.35. And we'll get our IFR clearance. Fuzhou ground. This is Xiamen 733, looking for IFR to Jeju, South Korea. Are they going to see us or not? Says nobody is listening on that microphone, so hold on. Info, general, ground control.
Prepare to start boarding.
Should be 124.35. I don't understand, but there is a 121.6, so let's see. A long way to turn things. So it's good I didn't rush the co-pilot back. Alright. Fuzhou ground. This is Xiamen 8733 requesting IFR to Jeju, South Korea.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. We've started boarding. Passengers are coming
The
through now.
aircraft looks good.
Thanks a lot.
Can I see your boarding pass, please?
Alright, so he's gonna start doing some stuff
November
here.
1 Mike Alpha, cleared to Jeju via the Rope 901 Delta departure, then as filed. Departure runway 03. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 124.85 squawk. 4152.
Cleared to Jeju via the RUP 91 Delta departure, then is filed. Departure runway 3. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 124.85. Squawk 4152. Xiamen 8733.
Morning. Morning.
November 1 Mike Alpha. Read back. Correct.
They're reporting us as the wrong thing, but okay. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get that changed, but let's see. Alright, so we need 4, 1.
Hi.
Uh,
Hi. You're just up there on the left.
4, 1, 5,
Just up there.
2.
Right hand side.
So there we go. Alright, let me see if I can resolve our call sign. Alright, so I believe we have fixed this. It's showing correctly in the interface.
Morning. Mind your step there.
Let's see. You should be setting airspeed, heading, altitude. Alright, so we should be, I thought we'd be lower than this, but that's where it wants us, 37,100. I guess we'll see. I don't know if in China that's kind of how we do things, but that's what we've got. Because again, we're initially supposed to be 4,000, but we'll obviously try to maintain that as much as we can. The benefit, hopefully, is that we'll have, you know, some good results. Let's see.
I'm ready for the briefing, Captain.
Alright, we've got 71 of 149 passengers loaded, according to Flight Sim First Officer.
This will be a standard departure brief. Any questions, feel free to interrupt.
Hi.
We are departing. Zulu, Sierra, Foxtrot, Zulu, on runway
Just up there to the right.
03. We'll expect clearance to.
On your right hand side.
Weather at departure is
Morning.
clear.
Hello there.
No significant changes since dispatch. The departure runway length is 12,000 feet. Using. Or 8. Thrust. V speeds are V1. 1 or 5. VR. 1 or 9er. V2. 1, 5 or acceleration
So,
altitude is
alright.
1,500 feet.
Just gotta be careful
In
not
the
to
event of an issue
initiate
before
GSX
V1, I
early,
will call
but
reject, and take control of the aircraft. If we have an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, positive rate gear up, and fly the standard departure profile. Any issues, I'll fly, and you run the checklists. I
so
will
we're
handle
just
the
gonna
controls
make
until at
sure.
least 1,000 feet. After that, we can discuss auto flight or hand flying as needed.
Alright, we still
Standard
have ground
callouts as per
power,
SOP.
so that's good.
Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor V speeds, call out deviations, and be ready to assist in case of any issues. Ready for departure.
Hi, you're just up there on the left. Hi, your seat is just
Alright.
to the right.
So
Ready
the
to run the
seatbelt
checklist.
sign is on. We'll get the checklist done for the pre-flight checklist.
Just up there on the left.
I couldn't
Pre-flight
find any
checklist.
checklists for
Oxygen.
this aircraft.
Testing.
You can create
Whoop.
your own using the checklist tuner
Navigation
in the
transfer
pilot
and
portal.
display switches.
Norm and auto.
Window heat.
I need to look at this here.
How are you?
And yes, I know he's waiting for me. So 3, so we're
Window
gonna
heat.
want the tail to the left.
Hi, you're just up there on the left. Can I see your boarding pass?
Alright, let's go look at window heat.
Can I see your boarding pass, please?
Window heat.
Hello there.
So they're just looking for us to turn
On your right-hand side.
these on.
On.
Your seat is just up there to the right. Hello there.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Flight instruments.
Set.
Alright, aircraft
Parking
is
brake.
loaded according
On.
to Flight Sim First Officer.
Engine start levers.
Hello there.
Off.
Straight to the middle then, on the left.
Departure briefing.
Completed.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Right-hand side. Hi,
Okay.
your seat is just up there to the right.
So you heard the door being closed before start flow. So yeah, see now it's doing it kind of backwards because it's not disconnecting like it would have done that.
Morning.
So it basically issued a command. And now it's doing the opposite. So that may cause me a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. It's going to disconnect the jetway. Now it's going to try to start the APU. So you can see he just did that switch. So it's going to wait for the spool up so you can watch this.
Go ahead.
Hi, your seat is just up there to the right.
Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We'll contact you once the aircraft is closed up, then we'll get you moving.
Morning.
Roger.
Can I see your boarding pass, please?
Okay, so we've got the indicator going up. At least, yeah, we didn't mess that up.
How are you?
So let's see if I can do something with the jetway.
Hi, you're just up there on the left. Hello there.
I do not want to interrupt pushback, so let's see. If I go next page,
Hi.
jetway,
Hello there.
the loader.
Just up there, on your right-hand side.
Alright, what do we got on the outside? So they're kind of set up, but yeah, I'm just worried. So ground power is getting ready to be removed. So there we go. The GPU's disconnected. And then it's going to remove the chocks next. So that's that. And now it's kind of waiting. So now it's going to change the transponder
How are you?
so that everything is working as it
Before start
should be.
checklist. Doors.
Closed.
Fuel. 1,6,6,8,2 pounds.
1,
Hi,
6,
your seat is just up there
6,
to the right.
8, 2. Checked.
Your seat is just up there to the right.
Seatbelt signs.
On.
Windows.
Locked.
Airspeed. 154.
154. Checked.
Heading. 30.
30. Checked.
Fuzhou ground.
Altitude.
Xiamen
3710.
8733. Request push and start.
0. Checked.
Takeoff speeds. V1. 145. VR.
Xiamen Air 8733.
V2.
Push and start approved. Face southwest.
145.
Welcome aboard this Walker Air
149er.
Transport service.
Push and start approved. Face southwest. Xiamen 8733.
Overhead compartment, or it will
CDU
seat in front
pre-flight.
of you. We
Completed.
should be on our way soon, so make sure
Rudder
to fasten
all
your
around
seatbelt
trim.
and
Free
move
and
your
0.
seat to its upright position. Thank
Departure
you.
briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright. So now it says we're waiting for the load sheet there, but
Cockpit from ground.
Go ahead.
All fuel and cargo data have been uploaded. Weight and balance falls within allowable limits. Please advise when you're ready for pushback.
Copy. We'll advise when ready.
alright. So again, there's some mixed with certain things here, but we're going to release our brake.
Parking brake off.
So there we go.
Hello there. Morning. Mind your step there.
And now it should start the flow.
Starting engine 2.
So now it's going away, we're leaving, so it kind of worked. But now it will start the engine, so we can monitor that there.
Hi. You're just up there on the left.
And again, we're wanting to face southwest, so this is exactly what we're doing. Now again, I'm not sure how much of this will, you know, show some planes or not. So,
Hi. You're just up there on the left.
second engine's pretty good. Let me just make sure that pilot's life knows we're doing something.
Engine
Still
2 started.
says B-flight, but
Morning. Mind your step there.
and I assume because we're not taxiing or whatever, that's where we're at. But it does
Starting
show we're
engine 1.
connected.
Straight to the
Shows the flight stage, like everything is green. Again, we're waiting for engine 1 to spool up here. So, a little bit of a mountainous area here. I did look for scenery on this airport. I could not find any. I did find some scenery for our destination. So I will also be trying to do some more of that.
Just up there.
Um, just going to help. Alright, so we'll set parking brakes.
Morning. Mind your step there.
Alright, and then we've got good engine start, so we can confirm that.
Engine 1 started.
Alright, so now we've got our cabin crew.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. Okay, we've received the load sheet from ground. Soul count is 154, consisting of 5 crew, 149 passengers, plus yourselves, of course.
Thanks.
Okay, well those
Okay, looks like you're all
coincide.
set to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, great. You can close the doors whenever you're ready.
All
Okay,
engines
I'll let the
stabilized.
crew know and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
So I guess we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Because self-loading cargo's behind.
Go ahead.
Both power plants are spooling steady with normal temps and pressures. You're confirmed good engine start. We'll see you next time.
Copy.
Cabin crew, set doors to automatic and cross-check.
So, yeah, we're waiting for them basically to secure the cabin, all that, but Although I guess we can do that during taxi. So, maybe we'll get going. Alright, so safety announcement is complete.
Parking brake off.
Alright, so we're gonna get going here. Gonna spool on up.
Even when the sign is off, in case we pass through unexpected turbulence. During taxi, takeoff, and landing, please fasten your seatbelt and make sure your seat is in the upright position.
Again, we're gonna want to get... Whoops, I guess I should call for taxi. Fuzhou ground, Xiamen 8733, requesting taxi to runway 3.
There are doors in the front, middle, and back of this aircraft. Locate the one nearest you, and it may be behind you.
Xiamen Air 8733, runway 03, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha, Xiamen 8733.
Further information, please read the safety information card located
Okay.
in the seat pocket in front of you.
So that's where I'm headed to.
Flying with Walker Air Transport. We wish you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Okay, well, somehow the taxi lights were off. Probably because we did things a little bit quickly. So yeah, that's part of what I'm going to have to learn is how to really kind of coordinate everything a little better.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Sit.
Okay, so this is Alpha.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Okay.
Engine start
It is
switches.
showing us taxi out, which is what I want to see.
Recall.
Checked.
So again, here we
Auto
are.
brakes.
Rejected
The
takeoff.
Xiamen Air Sky Team.
Watch the ground speed.
Oops. Going a little fast is what's going on there.
Checked.
Taxi checklist completed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the flight deck. On behalf of the entire flight crew, welcome on board. For our departure, a couple of light bumps are possible. Rest assured, your crew will
I guess
work
we
to
were
maintain
technically
a
on
comfortable
Bravo
flight.
there.
Once
Oops.
again, welcome on board.
Alright, so now it's saying 3,400 feet to the takeoff flow. That doesn't sound right. And of course, there's always some crazy traffic or something. I don't know, it could be right. I mean, I guess we're at 3,000. So it looks like we're getting a designator, a length of 11,787 feet. We're down to 2,700 feet till it starts the flow. So I think we're okay, because again, it's going to have to get the flaps going, so forth. We have 2 drink services and 1 food service scheduled. I kind of forgot to check and make sure that that looked okay as far as the timing. 2 drink services may be difficult, but we'll see. Because I think it's not quite a 2-hour flight. And I think we offer more time in between. Alright, this might work, because, yeah, we're only down to just over 1,000 feet now. And we've still got a little bit to move. So there's a Xiamen Airlines apron that we're passing right over here. So in theory, that's our airline, and where we use some space in this airport. My understanding is this is a core
Cabin crew
a
prepare
core
for takeoff.
airport here.
Xiamen Air 8733, contact tower on 118.45. Take care.
Contact tower
Approaching
118.5,
runway
Xiamen
03.
8733. Alright, so let's talk to the crew here.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff.
Alright,
Takeoff checklist. Takeoff runway.
Checked.
We're almost ready, so you can take your seats now.
No
Flaps.
problem.
Sit.
Trim.
All stations,
Sit.
takeoff positions, please.
Cabin crew.
Notified.
Takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, so
Parking brake on.
put our brake on. We're going to contact tower as it suggested. Fuzhou Tower, Xiamen 8733. Holding short runway 3, ready for takeoff. Oh, this is 11845. It didn't dial me in. Usually it does. Interesting. Few problems here that we don't normally have, so anyway. Fuzhou Tower, Xiamen 8733, holding short runway 3, ready for takeoff.
Xiamen Air 8733, Fuzhou Tower, runway 03, winds 04014, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Xiamen 8733. Alright, so we got a bit of a crosswind. Again, that was one of the reasons I wanted to relocate out of the winter, was that we could fly real weather. So that is what we are doing. So this is the real weather. We don't necessarily do real time, because otherwise they'd likely be flying at night all the time. Although over here in China, maybe not. I didn't look at the actual time. So, but we'll see what it all looks like. But we should be set. The takeoff checklists are done. And the thing I like with Flight Simulator First Officer is, yeah, he does his job, I do mine, which is just kind of making sure we're ready. It is, I think, 10:30 in the morning or so is what I have set here. So you can see that windsock doing its thing. But wind is 040 and we're taking off at 30, so it's not too bad. So we're going to get moving to our toga.
Checked.
And we are on our way for the first flight of our new contract.
100 KDS.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
All right.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear up.
All right, and at this point, we don't want to go too much. There we go, VNav. And then they'll set LNav in a little bit. And then he'll put the autopilot on. So we're at the markers.
Lateral navigation on.
Xiamen Air 8733, contact departure.
Autopilot on.
Contact departure, Xiamen Air 8733.
Acceleration altitude.
So we want to go to, whoops, what's going on? 12485. Hopefully this is right. This time, come on. Fuzhou departure, Xiamen 8733 with you.
Xiamen Air 8733. Departure, radar contact. Climb
After
via the SID
takeoff
to flight
checklist.
level 118.
Pax.
Sit.
Auto
Climb
brakes.
via SID to flight level 118. Xiamen 8733.
Flaps.
Alright, so we need to get the flaps up.
Up. After takeoff, checklist completed.
And it's cloudy.
Flaps up.
Yep.
Xiamen Air 8733. Contact Shanghai Control on 133.225.
Interesting that it's not... 'cause it used to change these, but that's going to make this much more difficult. Just making sure it like didn't do it on the other side, but it did not. Shanghai Control, Xiamen 8733 with you. 6,700, climbing 11,800. Alright, we're kind of through the cloud layer now.
Xiamen Air 8733. Shanghai Control identified. Good morning.
Alright, so we are good. Again, now a little bit better of a look there. It's pretty cool. It's a nice livery. A little fancy. I don't know about fancier. It's got that script and whatever, but... so I think it's a blue heron or a blue crane is what we have for that. Oh, I never gave the PA announcements before either. That's bad.
Transition altitude.
Good morning once again from the cockpit.
Checked.
I hope you're enjoying the flight so far.
So
We're
we
currently
didn't do
climbing
great
into a
there
crazy
with
altitude,
that.
So I thought I'd give you a quick update. We're expecting to arrive on time as planned.
Passing
Progress is going
10,000
very
feet.
well. You'll next hear from me just before we start our descent. I'll be sure to keep you updated if anything changes, but in the meantime, please feel free to relax and take advantage of our onboard facilities. Thanks very much.
So yeah, I have no idea what our QNH is or so forth. It's showing as 9999, so it's like they don't have one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you are now free to move around the cabin. However, be aware as we might pass through unexpected turbulence. Toilets are located
Right.
in the front.
So we have about 10 minutes till...
Xiamen Air 8733 Shanghai Control, climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Xiamen 8733.
Which means you are free to move around the cabin. However, you are reminded that for your safety,
Alright,
do recommend you remain seated with your belt
what do we got here?
Vertical navigation on.
I must have turned that off by accident. I've done that before,
Thank you.
which is ridiculous, but... So he's going to level out and then speed up is what's going on. So you can see we're slowing down because the expectation of the computer is we would be, you know, somewhere different. So we are still traveling over land. There's a little bit of... I mean, there's some water under us, but we're kind of going along the coast. So we're going to head kind of straight north here. This is part of the SID that we're flying, so we've got to get to Rupox before we do that. We've got 2 waypoints on the way that are going to get us up there, but once again, you can see our airspeed's braking, or our ground speed's braking 330. And so the benefit will be like once we're moving, so this definitely has slowed us down a bit. Can burn some more fuel as we go through this. Right now it's telling us estimated arrival fuel, which I get from Flight Sim First Officer, showing a little bit under 10,000. Our current fuel is 15,000, so we're not going to use that much of it, which seems odd, but anyway. Right, so now our ground speed's at 370, but as we climb, we'll maintain our airspeed similarly, but as the air gets...
8733 climb, flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, Xiamen 8733. So our top of descent is 103 minutes, is what I'm being told. So we'll see, if that works. But yeah, excited to be in another part of the world. Like, these are all airports and areas I've not flown to in Flight Sim. I may have been to places in South Korea, but I think I was like at the main, like Seoul or something. This is a little island south of South Korea, out in the ocean or out in the sea, whatever it would be. So yeah, a little bit different. But yeah, we have drinks scheduled in 7 minutes, which is 1 of 2, and food scheduled in 27. So the real question is the second drink service going to have enough time? And again, I can let them know ahead of time as we're coming in, where sometimes then they can quickly get it done, because it doesn't take very long. It is 150 people, but we usually have a pretty good sized crew. And then, we'll see what that all looks like. Seatbelts are off. So yeah, I think we're okay. So might go ahead and wait till the first drink service, but for the most part, not sure that it makes any more sense than it did before to stick with you through the flight. Obviously, I'll be needing to do things. I'll be managing the aircraft. We haven't been cleared all the way to 37.
Xiamen Air 8733, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Xiamen Air 8733. So I do think this should be 370, not 37100. I'm not sure why. A pilot's life wanted me at 31100. I changed that to 31, and somehow it stayed at, I don't know, it created 37. So it doesn't ultimately matter as long as the aircraft gets us down. So what I'm really going to have to check here now at this point, now that we're going, is, let's go back to legs. We're still 1 of whatever, but we want to see cruise. Right, flight level 370. We'll get that in appropriately. That'll, recalculate legs a little bit here and there. We've got descent. We'll put this in. 30 is probably going to be fine. I don't remember if the first officer does that at some point. He might. Right, so we've taken one more waypoint out of the way. So, as I said, Rupax is the end of the SID. So basically we've got about 40 miles or so of flight to go ahead and do that. By, I would think, 5 minutes, maybe, we'll be there. Because, again, you can see we're at 429 now for our ground speed. Just going to take a peek at your recording. Make sure, because again, I've not used the Volanta thing, so you can see we're climbing. You can see our estimated ETA. Problem is, it doesn't really show you, because I don't think that's, I think that's just the clock. I don't know that that's really the time. I don't know that we have anything that shows us the time. Not sure. But, but now it went down a minute. But again, that's our, we've got the call sign. Again, the bar is probably accurate, because that's the thing. You don't see the mileage. You just see, the progress bar across the bottom as it turns black from the blue we start with. But you can see our speed is climbing up, getting close to 450 knots. Sure, by the time we get at the top, we'll be, maybe close to 400. Now we're speeding up quite a bit just through this turn. because we're starting to line up with the wind for a bit. Now this is only going to be for 20 miles or so, and then I think we turn north again, but you can see we've got an 84 knot tailwind up here right now, so that's going to help. Looks like we've got another aircraft, some contrails up ahead of us there. But yeah, we've already crossed 500, so yeah, we've literally taken 10 minutes off of our ETA just with that. So we'll see how everything plays out, but as I said, this is where I'm a little worried. Will the drink service work? Because I think it's an hour and a half to the next one, so I'm really going to have to pay attention. But here we go. Alright, so this passenger manifest is the, again, self-loading cargo. So it's just showing what's happening. Sometimes I like to look at it. I haven't looked at it in a while. It's actually quite nice. It's telling me that seat 1A, which is Aruna Devi, is looking out the window. Patrice Leroux is seat 1B. She's reading a book. A couple people are reading a book. A lot of people are reading a book. In 3F and 4A, we have 2 passengers that are very anxious. There's some people listening to music, reading a magazine, just seeing if I see anything else. There's a relaxing as we get a little further back on the plane. Oh, reading a book. I thought it said something. Oh, there's someone read listening to personal music. So they're upset. Oh, their seatbelt is off. I see. But yeah, I'm not sure what. There's like little dots that are yellow, green, yellow, and then red. And then, oh, there's like a red circle in between. Interesting. But it tells us like how many carry-ons they have, how heavy their bags are. Kind of intriguing. So, but at this point, we haven't started the service yet. So yeah, it's just monitoring passengers. So if you have any interest, our purser is Alana Nemeth. She's 52 years old, weighs 60 kilograms, in case you need to know that. She had no bags, just one carry-on. And then we have 4 crew members. Ananya Menon, who's 25. Leela Pastor, who's 30. Walid Dekel, who is 45. And Gregors Leland, who's 46. So that comprises our cabin crew. If you recall from the beginning, we had 149 passengers, 5 crew for a total of 154 souls. So they are doing their thing and getting ready to jump into action here. Alright, so now it says drink service in progress. So they're heading to the intercom, the purser.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our drink selection, including tea, coffee, and cold beverages. As the crew make their way around the cabin, please clear any items from the aisle and make sure your tray table is in the down position. Thank you.
Okay. So Alana, who you just heard, is starting the drink service along with the 2 male crew members. It looks like the 2 younger female crew members are just monitoring passengers. So we just have 3 of us. 1C is already drinking, so I assume that means we've served at least 1 drink. So we are efficiently moving along here, and we'll be good. In 18 minutes, they'll be doing the food service. That's what we'll have. We're past Rupax now. We made that turn north. We're now going 540. We're still not at our cruise altitude, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but we will keep chugging along, and I will talk to you in a bit as we get closer to the descent. Alright, so I'm back. Basically, we've made it to the top. And you can see our top of descent's at 351. So it's going to be in 40 minutes, according to this. I'm waiting for the drink service to stop, because I'm not sure otherwise if that is going to be a problem. But I think if I can tell them our descent's in 40 minutes, then they'll have time. So we have 158 of 165 served. So we're close. You can see we're kind of coming up on the coastline, and then we'll be heading out into the water shortly. Or over the water, I should say. So we're at 160. Yeah, it's definitely taken a little bit of time to go through the drink service. I think it's 10 or 15 minutes, because we got 5 minutes till the food service, and I think I said it was 18. So it's been 13 more minutes since we chatted last. But I would think shortly, because now we're right at about 40 minutes. Turning a little bit, and then we're going to have a pretty sharp turn at one point. Where are we at here? 163 of 165, so 2 more people. Maybe by the time we're done with the turn. But we've got 43 miles to go. We've been past twice. I think you saw the one where we were. Alright, well, we're still not done, even though the turn is done. But we gotta be right there. Yeah, 165. It's saying it's it's 100%, but I'm sure they're cleaning up, they're putting stuff away, whatever it is. Alright, so at this point, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to the intercom. We're gonna call them.
Hi, Captain.
I'll call you back. So I can't tell them more than 30 minutes.
No problem.
So I gotta wait till 3:21, and then I'll call back. So I'll see you for a bit, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so here we go. 30 minutes out. They've started food service.
Hi, Captain.
Oh goodness, so we didn't tell them. Well, this is not working.
Hello.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you.
So I think because I tried to talk to them.
Just to keep you updated, we look to be making good progress and are expecting to arrive on time as planned. We'll keep you posted if anything changes. But in the meantime,
it won't let me give the 30 minutes, which stinks.
Thanks a lot.
Because then they won't. Because they won't be able to do anything. I might have to manually start the drink service myself. Just do how's it going?
We're busy serving food at the moment.
Xiamen Air 8733. Contact Shanghai Control on 120.75.
Contact Shanghai Control 120.75. Alright, so I've initiated the drink service manually. It looks like it let me do that. So I think we'll be alright. And I'll see you as we get closer to descent. Alright, so the first officer has started doing some stuff.
Approach briefing. We will be landing at Romeo, Kilo, Papa, Charlie, on runway 25. ATIS information is current. Winds 320 at 09er. We are flying the ILS approach. The final approach course is 244. The minimum altitude is 200. Our approach speed 132. In case of a go-around, standard missed approach procedure will be followed. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet, then clean up and follow ATC instructions. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor VREF speed and call out deviations. Ready for landing. Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Landing data. VREF. 132. Minimums. 200.
132. 200. Checked.
Descent checklist completed. Seatbelt signs on.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lower myself down to say 20,000. We haven't gotten a call in. All of our services are complete, so that is a good thing. You can see we're 75% of the way there, but we are having a bit of an interesting thing because we in essence come in and then we do a 270-degree loop kind of up over to the north and the east.
733, Shanghai Control. Contact Daegu Center on 120.575.
Contact Daegu Center 120.575. Xiamen 8733. So yeah, it definitely does not change this any longer. So what is it? 1275. So I'm actually going to go over here because that gets me closer. And so I can dial this in faster. Daegu Center, Xiamen 8733, with you, flight level 370.
Xiamen Air 8733, Daegu Center, good afternoon.
Alright, what is going on and why? There we go. Alright, so we're starting to turn. We're going to turn at the next point. After this one, you can see we're really not totally straightening out because at LGEP, we're going to turn 70 more degrees or so. So you can see that point out there, like 15 miles out. You know, it's showing 14. You know, we're going over 600 right now because we're literally with a tailwind. So that is going to move some things along. Got ourselves dialed in so we can go down, and basically you can see between Nerat and Samlo, which are just a couple waypoints away. We're going to start our descent. And, you know, we'll get going there, but I wanted you to hear the approach briefing so that you knew what was happening, knowing that we're going to start going down. But as I said, we're in essence almost going over the airport and then circling around to join the ILS path, and that is the arrival, the star of SAS 2 D2M or whatever. So we'll see when ATC calls back in, and you know, I'll probably jump cut to that. I'm just going to leave it on at this point because otherwise I'm going to miss the call. The top of descent is being reported in about 11 minutes on say intentions, which is not really accurate because it really should be about 4, I believe. Yeah, because it's still 350. It's in 31 nautical miles. All right, so we haven't gotten there yet, but we're starting. Daegu Center, Xiamen 8733, beginning descent.
Xiamen Air 8733, descend via Softo 2 Mike into Jeju, altimeter 3033.
Alright, so let's get the altimeter set. 3033 it says. 3054. Alright. But we are doing SAS D2 Mike, or SAS D2. And again, that goes up and around, so it's an interesting approach, to say the least. Now, if we don't go that way, I don't think we're going to have enough time to descend. So, but you know, we're heading down now because we're within 63 miles of the airport. If you know any of the standards,
From the
basically
flight deck, we've started our descent
3,000 feet.
arrive at the gate in 20 to 25 minutes. It's been a pleasure having you on board with us today, and we look forward to seeing again on a future flight.
So, basically 3,000 feet per 1,000 feet down, 3 to 1. So that would mean 60 miles. I'd be able to descend 20,000 feet. So I'm going to be 10,000 feet short in that case. Now again, it's heading down pretty aggressively here. But what I should do is look at this approach and what limits we have. Let's see. So I should be at, what is it, Nutslow? Doesn't really tell me. But yeah, we should be flight level 150 at, we should be above 150 at Sasto. I'll put myself there. And let's see, does it have drag required? I don't know that that's true, but so let's see. So yeah, you can see we basically need to be at 11. So I can go down to 10 or whatever, and it will it'll put me in there. Let me clear this. Because, yeah, we're supposed to be at 330 still, like we are. And that's okay. But I think it's because we're higher. But I think we're higher because it's like... It's putting me on the ILS area. But if I pull this chart over, you'll see we're coming in here, and then we're doing this loop. We're running this arc, and then coming back. Now again, it's possible that they will tell us to do something else. I don't know that I would listen at that point. But yeah, we basically then are at 7,000 at Lidvo. But right now, you know, we're going to be limited at 15, or should be. So it's interesting that it's not marking that there. But yeah, we're coming in obviously pretty quick. And as I said, this is an island that we're going to... It's not the main South Korean peninsula. But, yeah, we have to go down 11,000. So basically at 10,000 feet, it's going to start the approach flow. So yeah, since I gave no top of descent or whatever, that's been bad. So let's see, does it tell us when we're going to land? 4:24. So we're probably still like 40 minutes to land.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. As you may have noticed, we've begun our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 40 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated, and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
Alright, so as you can see, it's going to be lengthy. Because, you know, it's telling me it's going to be 4:24 to the end of descent, which is crazy. But I think that's, again, because we're going around that area. And so, once again, I think to some degree, the reporting is off here because of that circle. So just be aware, because you can see we have a tiny bit of, you know, a blue bar according to that, but that is not where we're at. And again, we're kind of coming in over the island. So, can't really see here. We'll go over there. But basically, we're here, and then we're going to come across, and we're landing on the other side of the island. So we're kind of coming in. We're going to then make a turn toward the center, kind of head over here, and then we start that turn. So you can see kind of what we're doing. And again, we shouldn't be below 11 there. Now it's interesting that it's giving us a QNH number, because it wasn't doing that before.
Sit.
So 1029er instead of 3033, so it was close enough. Descend 11,000 feet. Xiamen 8733.
Xiamen Air 8733. I've got a shortcut for you. Descend flight level 100, turn right, heading 065. Vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach.
Descend flight level 100, turn right heading 065. Vectors for the approach.
Landing select on.
Right, so we're gonna follow them, because, like, that's what we should be doing.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
Set.
Approach checklist completed.
But that will lower us. It's just, again, we're gonna be way off now because of the, quicker descent.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So that should give them some info.
please make sure your seat is on its upright position and your seatbelt is fastened. Our crew will be soon preparing the cabin for our arrival. Thank you for your attention.
So we're going to do a flight level change down here to 10,000. I'm guessing it's then going to move us into Ducal, but we're basically heading away across the island. But what it's doing is it's bringing us in on the other side of that approach. And, you know, we're past the airport. The airport's behind us. So Ducal is where we would normally be headed. Now again, we'll do
Vertical
VNAV.
navigation on.
Question is, like,
Watch
we
the
should
airspeed.
be...
Passing 10,000 feet.
Right, because, yeah, now it's trying to get us to... You see, it's still trying... It's getting us to 220, which is good. Because that's what we want. And it's trying to get us, I think, within speed. Because we should be below 250 at 10,000. So that's also partially why it's dropping us off. And you can see our ground speed has gone from over 600 down to 350 already. So we're definitely...
Turn right heading 09 or 5.
Turn right heading 09 or 5. Xiamen 8733. So...
Xiamen Air 8733, descend altitude 4,000 feet, turn left heading 345.
Descend to altitude 4,000 feet, turn left heading 345. Xiamen 8733. Alright, so we're going to do the...
8733, stay altitude.
Descending to 4,000, Xiamen 8733. Okay. So we're flight level changing. Well, we're trying to flight level change. I think the problem is we've like slowed it so much, but now it wants us to go 3, 4, 5. All right. So again, I'm thinking that's going to take us to Ducal. So we're going to go down here. We're going to move this. And we're going to go previous page, and we're going to put it there. And hit execute. And that'll kind of get us in that direction. But at least we know what it's doing. Okay, now we're descending. Which is good. Okay, I think the speed brake's armed. The flaps are not touched yet. Alright, let's see what they've got to tell us. Probably tell us we're ready for landing.
Hi, Captain. Everything is secured, ready for landing.
You can take your seats now. We're almost ready.
No problem.
All right.
Air 8733, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
All stations, please be seated for landing.
Descend 3,000 feet, Xiamen 8733. Okay, so I am going
Check the
to
flaps.
put this up to 5.
Flaps 5.
Because that should, I think, help us descend faster. Which we kind of need to be doing. I mean, at Ducal we need to be at 4,000, but yes, we're trying to get to flaps 5, so...
Xiamen Air 8733, turn left, heading 190.
Turn left, heading 190, Xiamen 8733. You can see now we're going down 2,000 feet, which is good, because that is what we need. So this is an interesting approach, but part of what we get from Say Intentions, probably a relatively realistic approach. 190, that seems... I don't know what it's doing. That can't be right. I don't like that. I'm going back up to Ducal. Like, yeah, we're going back here. I don't know what it's doing, but I don't like what it's doing. Because 190 is going to put us in a bad spot. So we're gonna go here. Because we should be coming up on approach soon, I think. So I'm gonna...
Approach mode on.
14 miles from Token. Maintain heading 275, descend altitude 2,900 feet until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS runway 25, approach.
14 miles from Token, maintain heading 275, descend altitude 2,900 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for ILS runway 25 approach. Xiamen 8733. And again, we're in haze, to say the least. Okay. So we're going to do this. That's going to intercept. I'm going to take flaps to 10. And we're going to slow down
Flaps 10.
to, say, 180. That'll help. About 20 miles out. Token is, again, a point. It is not... It's the one after Duval. But at this point... So, the airport's right about there, I think. So that's where we're headed. There, you know, there's the mountain there. Speaking of, we're going to turn on our landing monitor so we can see things. Alright, and again, we're trying to get established. So that's going to put us on a different path here. So yeah, Token, we need to be at 2,900, which is what it was telling us about. So that's where we're at. And then hopefully, shortly, you know, we will get established and we will go down. So we're kind of coming in between Duval and Token, but we're at the right height. What I can't really see is, you know, I don't know if we're there. It's hard to say. Because we got 2.3 miles to Ducal. And then landing flow is going to start at, 1,100, almost 1,200 feet down. Obviously we're landing on the coast, so we're not going to be really high up. But we're looking for this to get locked in.
Glide slope alive.
Alright. So I guess that means it can sense something. So that's good. But it wanted us at 275, so I'm going to turn a little bit to come in at a little more of an angle. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but I assume we will. I mean, it's got to be on this side, it would seem. I don't know. It's interesting. So, alright, so it caught that. Contact tower 118.2. So this is now a pain, trying to have to do this. I wish there was a way to just key it in, because dialing it in is a bit dangerous to me. I'm going to put my wheels down.
Gear down.
Jeju Tower, Xiamen 8733, on approach, runway 25.
Xiamen Air 8733, Jeju Tower, winds 330 at 11, runway 25, cleared to land.
Okay, we're going to slow down further, and we're going to... Runway 25, cleared to land, Xiamen 8733. So yeah, I was like saying Xiamen, but it's not that. Okay, so there we go. We've got the glide slope caught. So now that is there. We are now going to get ourselves down to 137. And get ourselves down to flaps 40.
Flaps 40.
And we should be pretty good here. Alright, so we're bringing this in. 700 feet to landing flow. Again, we've got everything turned on. Wind is, as you heard, at 11. And it's 330, so it's a bit of a crosswind. But we've got one runway here, so this is all we got.
Departure for Korean Air 15906.
And again, we have this airport, the scenery updated, so should be pretty nice. I would think it was like a 7 gig update, so it's a pretty substantial airport. But at this point, like, we have the speed, we are set 1600. All right, about 100 feet. We're going to start all the landing flows.
Cabin crew prepare for landing.
We already told them with the other one. So it's like I probably need to pick one or the other, and maybe what I'll do is I'll turn off some of the messages in self-loading cargo and just let it do certain things. I don't know.
Speed brake. Armed. Gear.
Okay, we're at 4.3 miles out.
Sit. Landing checklist completed.
So there we go, and then we just have after landing coming up, but we're about 1,000 feet. Obviously slowing down here. Everything's looking
Glide
good.
slope captured.
Not quite sure why it finally said that now. But yeah. Definitely plenty on the island, as we can see, but we're at our 3-degree flight path, so we couldn't have done much better. I mean, the only thing is, yes, it saved us a really wide arc going around, but so they vectored us in a lot smoother. We're obviously, we're still only going to have 6,700. So it's like saying I guess there's one PAPI light on. I'm like, it's saying we're too low, but we're clearly on the glide slope. All right. So this should work. I'll be ready just in case something's crazy, but we're floating. Oh boy. This is not good. Come on. Touchdown already. This should really be a go-around. Oh boy, should it ever.
Auto brakes.
Holding short of runway 13, Asiana 8932.
So, a little far.
60 knots.
So, this was bad.
Runway 07.
But, wow, that was bad. So, yeah, that would have been a mess. I mean, it should have really been a go-around, but... So, again, a little bit of,
Xiamen Air 8733, welcome to Jeju. Contact ground on 121.675.
because, yeah, it's like it didn't...
463, winds 280 at 8, runway 25, cleared to land.
Because, like, it didn't give us...
Walker Air Transport.
Asiana 8932, cross runway 13.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad, but we'd have taken a few lights out. It would have been pretty messy.
Once that happens, we will start deboarding, and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Yep, our passengers are upset because we're off the taxiway. They're not wrong.
Watch the ground speed.
Yes, I know. I'm over 30. Alright, so now we need to contact ground too, so let's do that. So 121675. Did I switch? Yeah. Whoops, no I didn't. 675. Jeju ground. Xiamen 8733. Looking to taxi to Terminal 57. Taxi to Terminal Gate 57 via Papa Golf 2 Romeo. Xiamen 8733. Papa, Golf 2, Romeo. Alright, yep. Exactly where I thought it might be. I did see it on the chart, so...
Korean Air 1218, runway 25, taxi via Romeo, Echo 1, hold short of runway 31, then Alpha, Papa,
So,
Papa 1.
pretty nice looking airport, but again, when you have custom scenery, like, things will look better, but I mean, a lot of trees in the middle, the lights are in the right place. I don't know that we're going to come here that often. We're going to leave from here. Yeah, so we didn't go, like, we didn't get to the road, so, like, we technically kind of got ourselves down, but it wasn't great. And again, I think part of the problem was that we had the crosswind, and when the alarm went off, I think it knocked off the autopilot on its own, and that was the problem. And then I took over a couple 100 feet above the ground, so it created a bit of sloppiness. Alright, so they are gone. That is Golf 4, not Golf 2. So Golf 2's obviously a little bit further, so it says de-icing pads, so this airport must get some frozen weather, but you can see Golf 1, Golf 2. Now, again, this isn't the straightest line here, so when we talk about they did a good job, so I think this is Golf 3.
7.
Yep, Golf 3 is there. Golf 2 is going to be next. It's a good way away. Busy airport, though, but again, it is... it's like that plane's like, it feels like it's moving. But yeah, Golf 2 is a little ways away. And we will be parked out facing that way, like they did. Alright, so Golf 2 is right here. And that is Golf 2. Now wait a minute. Is Golf 2 over here?
Runway 0.
No.
7.
Okay. So technically, I really should be, I think 50. Those poles scared me, so they didn't have those placed well. Because yeah, I think we're literally on our spot. We just came in the other way. I think 56 is next to us, so we're going to have to spin around. I don't know where he's going. He probably doesn't know where we're going, which is part of the problem. But yeah, you can see that's 56, and then 57 is kind of right here. We might suddenly see something we don't want to see. Yeah, a little bit. So we've kind of spun too far. Because, yeah, that's Romeo. 57, I think, is that. So we want to go here. So that's what we should have come down as Romeo there. Okay. So this line is 57. So it's a bit sloppy, but I don't claim to be a professional aviator. Okay, we get up here a little bit. We don't want to get our nose too far, but we're set here. And they will start the flows, and we'll be good. So not bad. I almost got in the right place. See, but Romeo is there, but those light poles, like, I assumed I wouldn't collide with them, but that's what threw me off. Alright, so I'm getting a please remember to submit my flight. So we're going to say yes. And obviously that should get us there. So our flight's been submitted. Turn this off. But we got our first trip done.
Airbus 8182 ready to taxi.
I wish the map was doing better, but it is not.
Airbus 8182, runway 31 taxi via Golf 3, Papa
Oh.
Golf 1.
And so now I've got like a really big,
Runway 31 taxi via
like if
Golf
I go
3,
over
Papa
here,
Golf 1, Romeo Echo 3, Airbus and 8182.
you can kind of see, like now it's giving me a big map.
Contact tower on 118.2.
So we were here, now we're over here. So you kind of have an idea, you know, there's the coast.
2720, push and start approved.
Roger, pushback approved. 2720.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Hydraulic panel.
Set.
Flaps.
Up.
So if I go to my flight report, it was very generous.
Engine start levers.
Off.
You know, landing rate was good.
Weather radar.
I mean, we landed smoothly. We just landed late. So it's kind of messy.
Off. Shutdown checklist completed.
Okay. And then max ground speed, yeah, we blew that. Taxi lights, max ground speed as well. So it was a good result, but you can see kind of where we went towards Shanghai. We do have a flight to Shanghai once. I don't know if it's from this airport or not.
2720, ready to taxi.
2720, runway 31 taxi via Romeo Echo 3.
Runway 31 taxi via Romeo, Echo 3, 2720.
Jen Air 508, contact tower on 118.2.
Over to tower, Jen Air 508.
Alright, so we'll turn that off. I think we have to speak to the ground. So,
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
You're loud and clear. 5 over 5.
Roger. Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.
alright,
Just
so
a
we're
reminder,
getting
if
set
you
there.
use software to track your virtual airline flights, you might want to finalize your flight now if you haven't already done so.
Roger.
Alright, yes, which we've already done, obviously. So now we can do the PA.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open the doors when ready. You're clear to begin deboarding.
Alright, so they're all set there.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you don't forget any items on this plane. If you need any help, our staff will be punctual to give you any assistance. We wish you a pleasant onward journey.
Because, yeah, at this point, you know, they're deboarding. And now we want to just tell them thanks for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your flight this afternoon.
So,
And I
yeah,
wish to wish you a safe
flight
onward journey.
summary
We'll see you again
was
soon.
E.
Thank you for flying with
Wow.
Xiamen Airlines.
Overall grade. It was a C+ on the captain ratings, but yeah, passenger ratings were just, I don't know why they were all 0. That's interesting. So I'm wondering if we messed a few things up here and there. But yeah, I didn't do that well. So, in any event, we're there. We gotta unload all the passengers. And then we'll be set. And I don't know, maybe my rating will change, but I don't think so. Because why would it have given me a rating already? Yeah, landing was good. But it just says, like, yeah, it's interesting because basically it gave me 0% on everything. So if I view the detailed flight report, let me see. So yeah, we gotta wait the cleaning crew. Then we have to do a few other things. Yeah, it actually gave me like a C+ is what it's showing. I'm wondering why we're only seeing 2 flights. Because they're unavailable due to maintenance. But yeah, we did 1149. So yeah, passenger satisfaction was bad. We didn't welcome them on board. Taxi speed was high. Intercom descent in X minutes we didn't do because I was thinking I could say 40 there, but what I've got to remember is I can say 40 on the landing. So I'm also assuming, yeah, we didn't instruct the cabin crew to take seats for landing, which is not totally right. Movement off the taxiway. But yeah, cabin secured, service arrival. Started our descent, accurate descent notifications. So they don't really have like, no, they do have landing time accuracy. You actually predicted the landing time for your passengers, it says. So, interesting. But yeah, at this point, the crew would be like unloading luggage, or should be. Because I guess that's the thing. Like, in theory, we didn't do this. So I'm guessing this will now take some time here. So Korean Airlines is getting it. And so now they'll do the baggage, and I'm sure that was what was the issue. But so overall, not, you know, not great, but not like crazy bad, I suppose. This is an interesting setup here, but it's kind of cool. But I assume the passengers will start going soon, and then they'll unload the luggage and we'll be set. So basically, in theory, the profit for the flight, according to Flight Simulator First Officer, is $13,000. The revenue was $27,000, and then between the operating costs and stuff like that, it's basically a 50.79% profit margin. Should be pretty darn good, I would think. So, yeah, I'm just curious, because the passengers with GSX will, like, exit, get on a bus, and all that. So, there we go, deboarding passengers now. Again, it knows there's 149 of them. So I need to kind of coordinate that, all of this a little bit cleaner, I think, in the future. So I do apologize for that. Alright, well, we're still not seeing anybody. But yeah, if we take a look at the airport in general, I mean, it's a pretty nice airport the way it's set. I mean, it's just the setting in general. I mean, this is a pretty nice place. You got that big mountain behind you. Right, well, the luggage is coming off. There's a bus. They've also put up some ropes so that the passengers, like, don't get near the wing. So I like that setup, but I don't know, maybe we just don't see them, but we're not seeing them count down either. So it's interesting. Oh, now they're finally coming out. I wonder why it took so long. But yeah, now you can see them coming down the walkway. And again, I think it takes about 90 at a time. So it'll be a bit before, you know, they're all in there. And I don't know that it counts them until they're, like, on the bus. So we'll see what it starts saying. There we go, 10 of 90. So again, the first bus is, the one bus takes 90 people, and then I'll have to come back with a second bus for more people. Just hard to zoom in slowly, but there you go. So we get a little bit there. Just folks wandering in. You can see the luggage also being done, and they were almost 50% unloaded that I saw, so I think they're doing good. But not as good as I would have hoped for the flight. Like I said, I mean, it was a pretty big mess on the landing. But was just trying to finish it up because as always, I have a set window to try to get something done. And redoing, I mean, I guess the go around wouldn't have been the end of the world, but we were low on fuel, and it's challenging then because you're almost back to manually doing it. It's really hard to get the plane back on any kind of autopilot or anything, so. Right, so the bus is swirling out and away, and then it'll vanish shortly, and then another one will appear, so. Alright, so I think they've finished, the back luggage. Alright, so it says deboarding. That doesn't make sense, because there were more than 90 people. But, we'll see. Like, the luggage is done, yes, but I don't understand why we're not seeing other things here. So let's see. Okay, the one bus is out there. I'm sure he's getting to the terminal. There, now he vanished. Now is another one gonna appear? Or is that really it? Like, it hasn't closed the doors. Like, clearly they're open. I don't know, let me see. What does GSX think? Is it ready? No, it says deboarding completed, so I guess that's it. But it is interesting that we're not getting the ground crew telling me that the luggage is done.
Cockpit to ground?
So let's see.
Go ahead.
Hi, can you give us an estimate on the unloading time, please?
There's probably about 5 minutes remaining.
Roger.
Because we also haven't gotten the clear on the cleaning crew, but waiting for 5 more minutes just seems kind of crazy. So I'll probably do that offline. At this point, we'll go ahead and, because I'm just trying to get familiar with how it's all going to work together. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please consider that. And I will see you next time.